Yo, 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 yiggity, yo. Yo, yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Um, First to get all the particulars out of the way, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. So listen to me or not. But I'm not a financial advisor. So thank you for joining in. Thank you for hitting that play button. A lot of interesting things going on in the market today. So we're not gonna take up too much of your time because I know you're probably scrambling and scraping right now. So no pun intended. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the news. Markets markets down right now. We got some inflation jitters happening on the market. Um, you know, there was the guy, what's his name? I don't know. He was speaking this weekend and just kind of kicked up some inflation worries. Um, yeah, the Fed, what is it? The remain especially okay, yeah, the Fed president Goolsby. He was just talking in Chicago about inflation jitters, or just about inflation, like inflation warning. So that created some jitters in the market. Microsoft is, they're canceling some data contract or data facilities contracts or lease agreements. So as the AI bubble burst, we got Nvidia, Tesla, a lot of stuff in the news. So we'll kind of just get right to it. Like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time today. Let's see. We got we got US inflation jitters. I'll just kind of read what I kind of have already laid out here. Let's see. US inflation is expected to remain the focus, especially after comments from Fed President Goolsby. Regarding inflation data, the market has become somewhat concerned about the future and economic outlook. So that's gonna weigh heavy. I had these articles pulled up, but for some reason they're not showing up here. So let me bear with me. Oh, sorry, you're not even looking at this. Yeah, so Goolsby was speaking. So he plays down the jump in inflation expectations, but once you start talking about it, people get jittery. So the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago president displayed a report released last week that shows an increase in consumer expectations for future inflation. So consumers are expecting inflation, but it may not necessarily come true. But like I said, once you start talking about that, that creates some jitters in the market. And let me see, we got Microsoft canceling contracts. Let me see, data centers. Yeah, so they go to Yahoo Finance here. Microsoft has dropped some AI data center leases. Ted Cohen says, Bloomberg, this is from Bloomberg. Microsoft has canceled some leases of U.S. data center capacity, according to TD Cohen. It raises broader concerns over whether it's securing more AI computing capacity than it needs in the long term. So maybe they feel like, that we have enough computing power right now, and all this hype that was in the AI market. It may not be. They may not need that much, and a lot of this is contributed to DeepSeek finding out a cheaper way to do stuff. So that could continue, and a lot of people are wondering, is the AI bubble burst? So AI's biggest backer has voided leases in the U.S. totaling a couple of hundred megawatts. That's a lot of capacity, the equivalent of roughly two data centers, canceling agreements with at least two with at least a couple of private operators. The U.S. brokerage wrote Friday. So that's the story that you definitely want to continue to monitor, because it could point to what people have been saying is it's kind of like they're comparing it to the dot-com bubble burst. When a lot of those dot-com stocks were shooting up in like 2007ish, something like that, and then that burst, it just created a massive issue for the market because you know um, the market was being powered by those stocks. Same way right now, a lot of AI and chip companies are powering the market, like Nvidia and stuff like that. So another thing that's in the news is Tesla's. Let me see, Tesla. Um, and I talked about this before. Autotaxi Ambitions. That'll pull up the story. Yeah, so we'll go to Motley Fool. I don't usually trust Motley Fool, but let me see what they say. Yeah, we'll go back. Let me look at a different story. Yeah, so they're moving right along with their robo taxis. It probably won't be it definitely won't be a nationwide release, but this is putting pressure on Uber and Waymo, to just to be more creative and be aware that Tesla's coming for the driving market, and they want it to be autonomous, which takes away the cost of paying the driver, when you can just have a sunk cost of the car and the technology, and then you're good. You can just, it's just straight profit. Well, not straight profit, but definitely straight revenue from there. So Texas Uber Technologies chief executive Dara something disclosed this week that Elon Musk has rebuffed efforts to integrate Tesla's planned robotaxi into Uber's ride say. So that's what I was saying with Uber. Even though this is competition for them, Tesla's going to have to get a lot of this data from Uber. Uber, has been operating for I don't know how long, a long time, and those guys driving around the cars, they're also providing data for Uber. How to drive and speed, stuff like that. So that data is going to be important for Tesla to, just like with AI, like they need this massive amount of data so that this thing can kind of think for itself and learn and develop. So same thing with autonomous driving. So Tesla's moving forward with it. They're going to be a big player, but it necessarily doesn't spell doom and gloom for Uber, because they're integrating. They're going to have to integrate at some point. So definitely watch out for that. And I think the big news, I won't say the big news, but the big, everybody's waiting for this. Nvidia's earning call this week, which is, we'll go to Yahoo's news. This talks about a ridiculous chart ahead of. Actually, we'll go more into the news because Nvidia is like I said, it's what's powering the market right now. It was the before the sell off, the DeepSeek sell off. They were top tier, top tier stock to own. So key suppliers for Nvidia's GB200, whatever NVL systems are not exactly inspiring confidence in quarter one. So a lot of people are waiting on this earnings call, but early indicators are that it's. I don't want to say this because I'm a holder, so this affects me as well, or my group as well. But um, it's coming in lower than expected, and like I said, you can kind of compare. If you want a good comparison, it would be Taiwan Semiconductors, and Taiwan Semiconductors did see a pullback in their sales, and I think Nvidia was banking a lot of their. I got to pay for this one. Nvidia was banking a lot of their, success or future success on the Blackwell chips, and those are not supposedly hitting off that well. Now you do have other people's opinions saying that, like, this man, all these ads, I need to get an ad blocker. Nvidia to surge 20% with earnings, and that's a question mark. That's what a lot of people are expecting. In this article says Nvidia is scheduled to announce its earnings on the 26th. We know that after market close. The semiconductor leader currently holds a market cap of 3.3 trillion, and that's with them losing a lot. Over the past 12 months, Nvidia reported revenue of 113 billion, with operating profits of 71 billion, so net revenue is 63 billion. The stock's reaction post earnings will largely depend on how the results of future outlook align. So the earnings report is going to be one thing, but on the call, when they start talking about future outlook, that's what everybody's going to be tuned in for. So we'll definitely continue to look at that, closely. We'll monitor the inflation aspect of things, and the Fed concern. Another thing is the consumer price index, the PCE this week. That is going to be important because, like I said, um, consumers are expecting inflation, and I don't know why. Oh, well, I mean, I can think it's a lot of things in the news: the tariffs, increased costs, gas prices not really coming down, eggs still up. So the expectation of, without getting political, the Trump boom is not really panning out. So there's a lot of uneasiness in the market, and when it's uneasy, then it's slippery. You know what I'm saying? People tend to keep their money in their pocket instead of speculating. So when people start selling off, it just creates a panic. It's almost like a bank run. So we'll definitely try to pay attention to the PCE that should be released on, I don't know when the release date is, but it's this week. So definitely pay attention to that. Yeah, that's all I have in the news. Let's go into our portfolio here just to take a look at some of the things on the horizon. Some of our stock that we're looking at. Let's see, we got go here. Palantir. Oh, Palantir is, I guess you could call me a Palantir shield, so to speak, because I'm a big believer in it. I mean, they're heavily integrated in everything, it seems. And we're running slow here this morning. It's raining. That usually causes the internet to run slow for some reason. Let's see here. Take off this. See if we can get some traction here. All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, so Palantir is unfortunately down big from the close. It closed at 101 on Friday. Right now we're sitting at 96. There is some support at 95, like right where it's at, kind of, a dollar below where it's at right now. So, I'm not saying it's gonna bounce off of that, but if it doesn't, um, man, we don't want to see a $78 slide. So, get your praying hands out, and hopefully this bounces or at least settles around this 95 mark. If it does, we could see a bounce because there's, if you look at the fib, it should retrace. I mean, based on the technicals. So hopefully we get a bounce and a settle here at 95 ish, somewhere in there. So if you're looking to recover from your loss, like I won't say loss, but missed opportunity to take profit at the 120ish range, or if you got in at 120, unfortunately, maybe you can, I won't say double down, but maybe you can, pick up some stock just to kind of ride the wave up and recover some of those losses or missed earnings opportunities. We'll take a look at Sound, or actually, let's take a look at Archer. Archer pre-market is up, so that's, they've been pretty stable. Talk took a slide as well, but pre-market they're up on the 307. Cooler Technologies, they're falling below the $2 range, so might be time to cut our losses on that, because it's a slippery slope after this. It could it could definitely be in the delisting range. Misty's not having, they're a ETF that we're in. They're, yeah, I won't say they're in sell it range, but if you're in there, you definitely want to continue to monitor that. And a lot of this is all correlated because of the market conditions. So you probably won't take this on an individual stock basis, just like, this is just the conditions of the market right now. Rigetti, a lot of these AI stocks, quantum computing stocks are taking a hit right along with the AI stocks because of, you know, the maybe the bubble bursting. Like, maybe it's not going to cost as much and need as much power as everybody thought. And but I think a good thing from this, especially with the quantum stocks, is, the Nvidia CEO, if you remember a while ago, came out and said that it's going to be, 10, 15 years off. I think the good thing, a good byproduct of the DeepSeek news is that maybe it's not that far off. So we may see an initial sell off right now, but those are always good buying opportunities if you really believe in it. SoFi will go there. SoFi is remaining stable. They've been fluctuating between 17 and $14, which is, not a terrible, not good, but it's not terrible. We already talked about sound Tesla. No one likes, Elon's been, pissing a lot of people off. So, but I think it's probably as low as it was gonna go, and now it's bouncing up. We already talked about Palantir, the Tesla TSLY, the ETF for Tesla. Again, it's trying to stabilize here. It's got some support at $11, so that's a good thing. So maybe we see a uptick from here. Walmart, you see Walmart continues to slide as well. Global inflation, trade tariff, lower prices, competition from small, places like Dollar General and stuff. Like Dollar General is popping up everywhere, so maybe it's more convenient to go there than to go into Walmart. So I think that those are going to be a lot of the issues that Walmart faces, and plus they're up like 40-60% last year. So Microsoft, we talked about them. They've been canceling contracts on data center leases, but they'll have a lot of support in this range. So hopefully we get a bounce off of this if we get some good news. Vanguard's up. I mean, they're invested in everything. They're very diversified, so they're a good indicator that maybe some good times, or maybe this market will rebound, because they seem to be going up. Meta's remaining stable where they are. They are down a little bit pre-market, but not too worried about Meta. They're in a good position. We have Centus. I mean, they've been riding this uptick all the way from before the acquisition of their competitor. So I look for them to continue to run. Schwab's been rebounding as well. Pre-market, they are up pretty good. So it is something that I'm not too fond of. I think we could, in our portfolio, we could do, we could find some better options. Maybe move this money over to SoFi. But and last but not least, we have Apple. Apple kind of is down a little bit pre-market, and they face the same challenges as everyone else in the AI and tech space. So, man, I know that was a lot to digest. I wanted to kind of get it done before market open. So that's all I got for you today, man. I'm your host, Jay Reed, and make sure you show love, man. That's what it's all about. Peace.